brewing up a big batch of Whalen sweet tea to take to the shop with me. Yeah, about a gallon ought to do it. Well, I'm playing around with a couple of different things here. Round corners and mitered corners. Trying to decide which looks best. Got to cut the copper out now, get that under there. I kind of wanted to do a little update here on my tonneau cover that I'm working on and kind of show you what's going on, what it was and what it shall be. I got approached yesterday from a nice young man about from a production company, and I believe this one was in Knoxville, Tennessee. I've been approached 4 times, I think, since I started doing these YouTube videos about trying to put together a TV show of some kind. And one of them, a few years back, I actually sent in a video. I did submit a video they wanted me to, and I never did talk about this. If it was going to happen, I wouldn't talk about it until it did, but I sent in a video. That one, they were interested in my yard art, my metal sculptures and some of my landscaping and whatnot, that fish pond, I guess. And that show was good. They were going to pitch a show to a network. The show was going to be called Yard Wars. And like I said, I submitted a video for that. Nothing ever came of it. I finally, I just quit hearing from them. I wrote and asked them what was going on. Hi, Parks. Come here, buddy. I know, it's a rough life, ain't it? Anyway, he's over there giving the rat rod a little cat scan. So they didn't quit hearing from them, and I wrote them back, and I said, well, I just wondered what's going on there. Oh, they dropped that project and they were working on something else, you know. So I guess they felt like it wasn't going to fly, or I don't know what their deal was. I don't understand any of that. But anyway, this guy yesterday, I looked him up, and that's the first thing I do is check into them. And it's a legitimate company. They've had a few shows on TV. I can't think exactly what they're called now, but one of them was something to do with that's not a house, or you can't make a house out of that, or whatever they're building. These guys are building houses out of weird things, or I don't know what it's all about. I didn't watch the show, but I looked them up just enough to find out they did have some shows and legitimate company, and the guy was very nice, and he wanted to know if I'd be interested in trying to put something together. I said, well, what is it? what is it you're interested? What is it you want me to do? He said, well, we'd like to see what's involved with your grafting business, what you go through, or how you make decisions about booking a job, and you know, the things you do to prepare for a job or to meet with clients and all that, and plus your work with the hot rods and well, what he said was restoration. That's not exactly what's going on around here, but I mean, there has been. I did restore my Impala and that '73 Chevy, but anyway, I watched that video at Musty One put up. He'd been approached, and actually he took it a little further. He submitted a video, and they were happy with it. But then he got the contract, 14-page contract, and you know, anyone give him anything. They wanted 100% of the sales from hats and T-shirts and things like that, and any kind of a promotional appearance that he might make. They wanted to give you $35. Well, that's a joke, you know. And so good for him for standing his ground. You know, I'm glad he didn't sell out. But boy, his channel's doing well. I remember when he first started. Matter of fact, I plugged his channel when he first started, and he's got, I think, 100,000 subscribers, which is good for him. That's great. You know, he's a good guy. And he knows his stuff. And, but as far as me doing anything like that, TV show, I could do it with my business. You know, I wouldn't feel comfortable about having any of my stuff on TV about this car building thing, because I think they might assume that I know what I'm doing, you know, and I just wing it, you know. I just build as I go, like this tonneau cover. I didn't have anything drawn out, you know. I just build in my head. I build as I go. But so I was a little bit leery about that, about somebody maybe thinking, oh, look at him, he knows what he's, you know, he thinks he knows that. Well, you know, I know I just wing it. I just know what I want and I go for it. But anyway, the thing is, I went through that emergency heart surgery and 5-way bypass, and I learned that, boy, that old stress is a killer, man. We need to keep the stress out of our lives as much as possible, and I'm really working on that. And thanks to old Victor, man, he's took a lot of pressure off me. But to do something like a TV show, and I just feel like I'd be setting myself up for a lot of pressure, and I don't want that. I don't want that in my life. If I was 30 years old, I'd take it on. I'd take on a project like that, but I'm not. And you know, I know a lot of people would think, oh, to be on TV, oh, that'd be great, you know. And I don't think so. You know, because I can work on this thing, you know, and take off 6 months if I want to, and not even touch it. Last winter, I didn't work on that rat rod. I messed with that old Blue Diamond a little bit, and that would have been okay TV, I suppose, you know, too. But it just really doesn't. It doesn't sound like a real good time to me. And Musty One, I'm glad he read that contract and the fine print and decided not to sell out like that, because I'm sure he would have been disappointed. So good for him, man. Stand your ground. And own yourself and own your stuff, you know. But anyway, that's enough about that. I politely declined and told the guy I just really didn't think it was something that would work for me. And he says, well, if you change your mind, let us know, because we think you have some stuff of interest. And if it was only about the grafting, I might go for it, because I know my stuff there. But see, that's only seasonal, and that's what I told him. I said, so seasonal, and I don't think there'd be enough content, because I only work a couple months out of the year, and then I'm playing my toys the rest of the time, and I don't think there'd be enough content to build a show around my grafting business. But I don't know, we'll see. The door is still open. But I want to show you guys here what's going on with this. This is the important stuff right here. I'll get you angled down here where you can kind of see what I'm talking about. I've got this copper. I've got a sheet of metal under this. And then I've got the copper laid down. And then I've got the wire mesh on top of that. Or expanded metal, excuse me. and wire mesh. I guess that'd be chicken wire, wouldn't it? And I'm going to attach the rope around the edge. That'll be my trim. And then to sandwich this all together and hold it together, what I'm thinking about doing is using these fender washers in a few places, and some acorn nuts. Y'all see that? Y'all in frame? Let me flip this deal around. Yeah, you can see whereof I speak. Anyway, yeah, I'm thinking about using these acorn nuts. I got 10 of them. I went to one of those stores, Ace Hardware. We got a store, and boy, they'll gouge you if they can, man. It's just, I went in there, and they wanted $5.60 a piece for these things. And I went over to Blow's hardware store. I call them Lowe's. I don't know if y'all have Lowe's, but it was Eagle Hardware when it opened it, and Blow's bought it out. But they were $1.24 over there. And this was just my idea to sandwich that all together. I thought it'd look kind of cool because the way I want to hold that down, I'm going to have some little hook hinges underneath on each side that'll slip onto a bolt on each side, and then lay back, and it'll be pinned down with these hood pins. That's what's going to hold it down. But instead of using these big plates, I think I'm going to drill out these fender washers, and that way everything will match. It'll be all chromy and shiny like my acorn nuts. And isn't that something, how I'm getting into this chromy and shiny stuff? Boy, that's a switch, isn't it? But I'm going to leave this all rusty. I just never know. But anyway, I'll drill these out, and that way it'll all match, and I think that'll be kind of cool looking. So that's what I got done last night. I got my copper cut, and it cut me. It sliced my hand open. I had blood running everywhere. Let's see. Yeah, I got the piece cut out that's underneath all of that. There's a piece of metal under there. And I need to stiffen it up a little bit. I can't have just this expanded metal and the copper. It's too flimsy. So I'm going to sandwich it all together, and I'll probably put some kind of bracing underneath. And then I trimmed it out a little bit with this stuff here. This trim, kind of well, it's got metal inside that you can kind of hammer down, crimp down on that and hold it in place. That kind of, at first I had mitered corners, and boy, it was all neat and nice and square, but this old truck is all roundy, you know. It's got roundy fenders and roundy nose, and this tonneau covers roundy and all that, and so I thought these rounded corners kind of matched things a little better than square ones would, or mitered corners would. I kind of got an eye for that sort of thing. So yeah, this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to be working tonight to kind of get this put together. I've got another grafting job I need to go look at. I'm not going to do it this week. Since tomorrow's Friday, I'm going to go look at something else. I'm working on doing a trade. I'm going to trade that old cab off of that cab over truck that I drug home. I'm working on trading that for, well, I'll wait and show you. I'll just wait. Y'all just wait. Okay. I reckon that's enough out of me, and it was probably enough out of me about 10 minutes ago. Maybe longer. Maybe as soon as I turned the camera on, it might have been enough out of me. But anyway, thanks for stopping by, and let me done told you what, boy, I appreciate you.